So, Paz, tell me,
Awesome.
how were your vacations?
What's up? It's going good. It's going good.
What are you
Pretty
doing
good.
Christmas?
Well, number one, I should note that Christmas went by way too fast, and that 2019 being here, it's just unbelievable. I feel like it's still, as someone put it, October of 2018. It's yeah, I really just like chilled the entire time, setting up the Positive Vibes Discord server. Link in the description below. Low key plugin. But yeah, it's been going good. Got good gifts. Got to hang out with good friends online and offline. But yeah, pretty good.
Hell yeah, yeah. I actually do think time went flying. Like, I still can't believe I'm
Hmm.
writing 2019 already on a notebook. And dude, I remember when it
It's
was
crazy.
2009. I used to do a little face with the double O's, just point them
Hmm.
as eyes and a little smiley face every single day, just for
Oh
fun.
man. And here we are. This decade almost out of here.
Yes.
Almost out.
Damn, it's almost 2020, man.
Indeed. It feels weird saying that, like it's like some kind of future faraway year, but in reality,
Right.
it's less than 1 year away. Sholar, did you do anything for Christmas? How was your break?
Uh, it was it wasn't that good, but I mean you already know.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Figured.
I on Christmas Day then I had an enjoyable time. Went
Mm-hmm.
over, saw some family, and just hung out. So that was good.
Good. Glad to hear it. Well, yeah, we are back with another podcast, and it's been a while. Like it's been
A
a
whole
good
month.
month at least. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's been a long time, and it's a new year, another podcast, new podcast. We have Sholo returning, as you see, and myself included to Japon's
Hello.
awesome podcast.
I
Him
was on the
hosting and
last
stuff.
one, wasn't I? Was
I
that the
I'm pretty
last one
sure.
you guys did?
I think it's been a really long time. I really don't know what was the last one.
Mm.
Probably
Yeah,
was.
it was either you or Sharkbait we had as a guest, but
I think I was there with
nonetheless,
Shark Bait.
yeah, or both, yeah.
Yeah. It
But
was yeah, I don't actually remember which one. Oh my god. I now feel bad.
it's been so long.
Yes. Yo, I did not get a single rest day this whole month of break. Like,
Mm.
it's been exhausting, but in the good way. In the good way, because,
In a good way.
yeah, I got to hang out a
You've
lot.
been busy.
Yes. Out of
You're
like,
staying productive, yeah.
exactly. Out of like $370 I got for Christmas, 289 just went to gas and the express
Oh,
lane toll thing.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wait, you're actually one of those people who use the express lane?
Yeah.
Oh snap.
Well, it's the
Wow.
only way to get around in Puerto Rico if you don't want to
Like
get.
it's always backed up. Oh man, it's like
Yeah.
LA traffic.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Oh
sorry.
man.
Negativity. I
Yes.
just want to point this out. When he said that, he's just so interested. He's like, I'm only the kind of person who takes the express lane. So you're the reason why I'm supposed to put those in on roads.
Low key viewers, I am obsessed with transportation and traffic systems. I want to be a transportation engineer. That is the most random thing you'll hear tonight, but yeah, it's what I want to do. So when I hear express lanes or roads or bridges, like ooh,
That's all
whoa,
he
watch out.
talks about. It is
All I can
low key just
don't
all
listen to
he
Sholar.
talks about.
He's not entirely true, but with that regard.
In
But
Overwatch,
I am. Hush,
on
hush,
the
we don't-
Oasis map, you know the Oasis map with the
I'm
cars.
playing my cover.
I've
Oh, we're
seen him
we're. I think we're gonna have to
standing
cut
watching the
this
road.
this snippet from the podcast. No, I'm just kidding. Keep that in.
I mean, I think last podcast we talked about your road obsession.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was like Red Dead Redemption, and maybe we talked about a lot last. We talk about a lot each podcast, to be honest. I mean, got a
Yeah.
whole hour to speak our minds. I mean, but what I wanted to ask a question to kick it off. Everybody, and I mean
Yes.
everybody, especially in North America, my gosh, know about this game. Starts with the letter F, and it rhymes with uh, Corgi Night. No, that was a terrible rhyme. I just want to say Fortnite. I
Oh.
really get scared saying the F word. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like Fortnite, but everybody's saying that 2019 is going to be the year that Fortnite ends. And
Yes.
oh my gosh, What do you
I'll
guys think about that?
I'll be so happy that it does. I'm sorry for those Fortnite streamers because they actually made a lot with it. But please stop,
Mm.
stop. I don't. I don't even
I
know
mean,
why
they
it
did a
got
good job.
famous.
They hit the market at the best time. People were asking for battle royale. I mean, you heard the chants in like games like H1Z1 or PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, and here comes this battle royale game that's free and it's like kid friendly. You know, the cartoon, animated like
Yeah,
people you
And
play
really
as,
high skill feeling as well.
and
for
it's free.
streamers.
And not only that, but you can get this game on your phone, your laptop, the Switch. I mean, it's like everywhere.
that
So
I
I
mean,
mean, I
true.
think they did a good job.
my thoughts about it is, personally, I've played it a couple times. People have tried to get me into it. I just
Mhm.
never really enjoyed it that much. I just couldn't get into it. I don't really like it. But I respect the kind of game it is, like the mechanics they have, and I respect the company that's making it. They are a good game company, whereas those
Mhm.
are few and far
Mhm.
between right now.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
I don't see it ending, to be honest. Like, people have been saying that about World of Warcraft since around. So
It's been around decades. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm
No,
not
you're
sure.
so right. You bring up a good point.
I think people just like to, they like to chant that something's going to die for whatever reason. They say
Mhm.
that about Overwatch. They say that about Fortnite. Anything that's popular, they just like to say that it's going to die. But
Mhm.
when you look at these mega games that get popular and have a fan base, very few of them ever really die. I mean, even like you look at like Dota 3.
Oh man, yeah. You always
That
hear
hasn't
about
died. And when was the last time they got an expansion or any kind of real content?
that. Exactly.
Like,
Mhm.
I
yeah,
don't think Fortnite is going, not for a long time, especially with the streamers.
Yeah.
yeah. That's what actually keeping it up. The streamers and just the kids in general. I don't know. We should all just
Those
go back
kids.
to the motherland, Minecraft.
Yes, Minecraft. It's like everybody's just like
Uh,
forgotten about Minecraft, especially the younger kids. And I'm like, you guys are growing up with Fortnite. You need to go back to Minecraft. That's where it started in 2011. But before that, we don't talk about that. But
no,
yeah, Minecraft.
I'm against that. I'm 100% against
Against
Minecraft.
Minecraft?
Yep.
I'm
Nope,
curious. Now
I
I'm
didn't.
curious.
I never played Minecraft, not once.
Really?
Not once. That
Really,
is
not once.
fascinating. You're one of the first people I
I
played that from.
started on MMOs back in the day. I was playing the
see.
OG old MMOs back in the early 2000s, and I didn't look back.
I'll be darned. Dude, I've never. Wow. I figured like Minecraft was like this common game that like everybody could like relate to and like, originate from. It's Minecraft.
I didn't like the boxes. It looked too blocky.
I mean, that was the concept of it.
I know, but like, I remember I was looking at playing Latro, and
hmm
some people I knew, that I was a kid. The people I knew were like, "Oh, you should come play Minecraft with us." And I saw a picture of the game. I was like, "Why would I ever do?" That's basically Lego Online. Like, I have Legos already.
Right. And I mean the memes and everything. It's funny because the memes about like low graphic games and everything, they always throw Minecraft to it. But then you look at Minecraft and you see it as this game that you can sculpt something so specific and keep it, and it's like it's amazing what people can do in that game with time. Like I tell you, you
know.
give someone a good chunk of time, and oh my gosh, they build a palace and these amazing things with shaders and
That's true, and
It's-
and the
it's
mods
awesome.
that are for it, they make it immense, and they
Yeah.
they keep growing.
Yeah.
oh my
I
gosh,
actually do want to throw in one comment. Actually, something that I think is interesting is it's not like fully released, but they said they're planning on releasing it as its own game to some extent. Um, so you both have probably heard of Camelot Unchained, the MMO.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
the way that you build in that game, you can build castles, entire towns, villages, cities, whatever, and they have a separate like game that's similar to Minecraft where it's blocks,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very high resolution, high texture quality, and they have rounded surfaces. They have all kinds of sculpting features, and it looks beautiful. Like, I've built a few things on there because you can use it if you're a beta subscriber for them. And oh my gosh, it is amazing what you can build on there. Like I've seen people build basically a giant old European castle replicas.
Oh yeah, people get they're like architects in the making, and they're
resolution.
sticking to the game. It's just
they're super high resolution. It's
just awesome.
I think that might actually take off and become a really big thing. Like that'll become the new version of Minecraft.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, Minecraft is coming up on 9 years. It seems. Well, I guess coming up on 8 years. But
yeah, I'm just gonna say it the way
feels
that
older.
everyone else says it. Minecraft is gonna die. Cube is gonna kill it.
Cube is gonna kill it. Oh man, you heard it here.
Currently, monthly has over 91 million players still.
Holy cow! And that's with Fortnite now in the mix.
Yep. Fortnite has over 120 million. Like it surpassed it, but Minecraft is still there, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Minecraft is going to be that game that people when Fortnite dies, because it is going to die. I think that's my opinion though. I think it's going to die. I think it is.
Yeah. We'll see.
When it dies, I think that people are going to come back to their origins. Maybe.
Yeah, streamers are just gonna find a new game.
The thing about Minecraft is it doesn't really compete head on with Fortnite, in my opinion. Like it competes for the same audience, you know, a lot of people who are younger and like kids.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like gameplay, it doesn't compete at all. Gameplay, it's completely
right.
game. But
and
I don't think it'll ever either die or kill another game, kind of thing.
One of our viewers just said that the 10th anniversary for Minecraft is actually in May. I wasn't aware that this game came out earlier than I thought. I thought it came out in 2011. That is
yeah, it was
a decade.
2009.
Was it 2009? I thought it was 2011. Oh my gosh.
Well, I guess you were wrong, Positivity.
I was wrong. Man, I need to fact check. I get a lot wrong, it seems. Oh my.
Google.
Let's hope I'm not wrong about Fortnite though.
I don't really know when Fortnite came out. Like, well, the Battle Royale, because the original game, it was the zombie thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
it came out in 2014, yo. 2014 was when. Well, I don't think it came out in 2014.
That's when they first started working.
Right. They teased it in 2011, and then they kept working on it till 2014. It blew up in like 2017 as this Battle Royale, and then in 2018 it really grew in popularity. I mean, their net worth is probably huge. Yeah, it is probably massive. But yeah, they hit a good market at the right time. That's the thing, timing. What was it? DayZ from Steam. If you don't know, DayZ is this game that was put into early access like back in 2013.
Yep.
On December 8th, it finally got released as the official quote-unquote DayZ version, like 1.0. And everybody's like pissed because it's like you can't just sit in early access and like call it, just call your mistakes. Oh, it's early access, so it's okay. That's just copping out.
I was one of the early players on that game. And I played it for like maybe a month when they were first testing it, and I was like, wow, I hate this game. I'm gonna go play Ark Survival. As far as predictions go, though, I do wanna just say, I told you so about Fallout 76. I remember in the last podcast that was one of the topics, and I said it's gonna fall on its face because it's just a remake of Ark, but without dinosaurs, so no one's gonna want it.
That is very true. Like
it was a bad direction.
Yeah, I've seen how bad people critic it, and it's just I don't know. I really thought it would just not be that way. I don't know how to explain it. Just not what people expected it to be so bad. Like they were actually playing. I'm like, oh damn, we're wrong. This is good, but no, it was exactly what they were predicting.
Do you think the multiplayer was the final nail in the coffin with that game? because I heard the multiplayer really just threw off like, you know, how you use
Yes.
like the interface, I guess, for instance.
I mean, I think everything about that game is pretty bad. Like, I I was really surprised when I first saw it. Like when someone showed me a stream of it when they were streaming it for me, then I was asking like, well, is this in like the first alpha testing of it? And they're like, no, it's gonna release next month. I'm like, what?
Right.
Are you crazy? Like, look at the graphics. The graphics are awful. It's like, no, these are ultra graphics. I'm like, well,
Ultra?
I mean, what? This is like they're basically trying to release like a 2005 game right now. Like, this isn't gonna work. And I thought that was weird for the next installment of Fallout. I thought that Bethesda would put a lot of effort into it. But they
And they
usually go over the
messed
top
up.
with their stuff. I was pretty surprised that they didn't.
Right. It's just
It's
I really don't know. What's
I know
your
a few people who are big Bethesda fans because I play ESO, and a couple of them are getting really scared about the eventuality of Elder Scrolls because Bethesda's already said that it's coming,
the
but they're
sixth one?
scared with Fallout 76 what this might be like. Like scared that they're going to be going back in time.
It's insane.
Yeah, I don't
I'm just
know. I've loved Bethesda for a long time, especially with the Dishonor things. I love both games. It
Yeah.
like how you would just turn into even a rat and you would play as it, and I don't know, just the ideas that they throw out in there. I
they
love
take
it.
that risk. They take that risk and hope
Yes.
to hit a market or hope to, encourage.
And
hope
they
their
do.
fans,
Some
like
people
it.
really love
They
it.
do.
And some other
Mhm.
critics, of course, there's always gonna be people that hate it, but
And then you got Blizzard over here with the Diablo game, on mobile.
Exactly.
Everybody making a meme out of it. Oh my gosh, which serves them right. Everybody's been waiting
Yeah.
for a mobile game. You got to be kidding me. That is
The
no
thing
sequel.
about Bethesda is that they put a lot of effort into the details, and people notice that. Like with Skyrim. Skyrim is such a
Yeah.
detailed game, especially for when it came out. It's ridiculous. When it
It's
came
still
out, there
going
was no
strong.
game like it. Yeah, there's no game like it when it came out, and people recognize that, and that's why there's so many. I call them Skyrim clones, and people will probably be angry that I call them that. But like you look at all these other open world games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey
Right.
and Red Dead Redemption. They're different games, but they're Skyrim clones because they're basically
Right,
the
bingo.
same model as Skyrim, just paying really close attention to detail. And that was all started by Bethesda. And I think it's really it's strange that they didn't do that with 76.
Right.
That was the first game I've actually heard of from them that they didn't. And also another thing that's a staple of their company is add-ons and mods. And it's
Mods,
very
yeah.
weird that they were so against even add-ons in 76. That's strange
Yeah.
because even in ESO, then the lead dev for ESO during the alpha when they were building it, he was saying publicly he didn't want any add-ons or anything, and Bethesda pressured him and said, "No, people want add-ons in our
There
games."
you go. Listen to the
they added 'em.
community. Exactly.
And
Yeah.
for better or worse, they did it. And I'm just surprised that they didn't with Fallout 76. It's like I thought that would be a no-brainer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the mods and add-ons for Fallout 4, and they know they had a lot of players with it. Why not do Fallout 76?
And a lot of times, people gamers are going to get their mods one way or another, especially
Exactly.
on PC. You've seen it with GTA 5. I mean, people are still making mods for single player like no tomorrow. But when it comes to like, consoles, they really push for mods because they have nothing other than mods to, extend the game's life or make it more enjoyable other than, DLC. And it just, it's all they have to work with is just like keep pressuring the developer. Okay, we want mods. We really do. Community stuff. It's
That's true. I've seen.
Doesn't
I still
make
see
sense.
people playing Elder Scrolls Online. I'm not online. Skyrim. Skyrim is the one I meant. I still see people playing
Thanks for that.
Skyrim. My bad.
I
And
still
they
see
have
people on that all game, man.
over 100 gigabytes worth of mods. Like, what are
Crazy.
you doing?
It's like another game. It's like 2
Yes.
games.
I knew a guy who he was on like a gaming laptop, so it didn't have the best ventilation, like a kind of older Alienware laptop.
Right, it's
Yeah.
thick,
And
yeah.
He got so many. What did he say? He had over 100 different mods running for graphics, like different things to change the graphics. Running it on Ultra, trying to get the graphics as good as he could get it. And he said that he loaded in and talked to an NPC, and he got it to the point where it looked like it was like a Skype call. And then he smelt this burning. The PC went off.
Oh my
Opened it up.
gosh.
He got it so hot it actually melted the motherboard. Like it was all
Oh my
melted plastic.
gosh.
It was really bad. But
That's
yeah, you can go as far as you want with Skyrim.
You can go as far as you want, and that's the good news and the bad news. The good news is you can make the game look as pretty as you want, but that's also the bad news because you don't know how far your PC is going to be able to withhold it,
Right.
and you also don't know like when the game updates. Well, shoot, are these mods going to be broken or not? Like City Skylines, for instance, that's a game that I played. It's like the next SimCity for people that don't know about it, but like there's so many. I mean, I've got like at least 50 mods installed, but if they update the game to another edition or another update, which they do like twice every year, modders have to then update their mods, and if they don't, then they're going to be incompatible, and it's up to you as a person to go through there and find the mods that are compatible or not.
Painful.
And it's a pain.
Skyrim, like
It's a pain.
they don't generally speaking, they don't mess up the mods too much when they put new releases on Skyrim right now. They're usually pretty careful not to mess up existing mods. Every once in a while they have to mess with a few things, but generally speaking, they keep them compatible so that because that would be really awful if they updated and then like a couple thousand mods no longer work.
It's like the Skyrim Legendary Edition thing they released after.
Exactly.
Like they had to redo all the mods. Well, I mean, there's still people working on mods they released years ago.
My
The normal
God.
Skyrim into a new Legendary Edition. It was painful for them.
Because you're not connected with the developer. It's like you gotta work on your own, and it sucks. But the developer gives you freedom to do whatever you want. It's crazy though. It's crazy.
So I know that I'm just a returning guest here, but I actually had a question
Yes.
for you.
Fire
guys
away.
So now that we have seen the true face of Activision with the way that they did the bait and switch with Call of Duty. So,
Yes.
I remember the reason I bring this up is because last time we were talking about Call of Duty and we were talking about, I was saying that I thought it was actually pretty cool, the systems that they had and how they improved. But now that we see that they baited out all those good vibes, and then they opened up a cash shop where they're selling basically a red dot for $1. Then what are you guys thinking about Call of Duty 4? What do you think do you think it's going to bring about some of the end times for the Call of Duty dynasty?
I'm going to be totally honest. I haven't touched Call of Duty in like a month because of everything going down, like with just like the new content. Like I'm just not as excited after the initial release. I'm like, okay, it's kind of good, but it's kind of getting old with like the $60 for just this,
Not
and
even campaign. That was the worst one.
It was. We don't even talk about campaign. Yeah, you're so right. It's bad, and not even to mention the fact that Bungie recently split with Activision like not too long ago, and people are saying it's going to be bad news. I mean, that's the front news. They're saying it might be bad news for Destiny 2. So I mean, Activision, they're just in hot water with not only Black Ops 4 but other very popular games as well. But yeah, I'm not.
I mean, they did really. The thing about Activision is they did so bad with the last couple of releases. They released Destiny, and that people didn't cry out as much as they did with Call of Duty now, but they lost a lot of money with Destiny 2. They were projecting way more profits.
Really?
And that's why the Activision Blizzard, they went down in like 6 months. They went down 40% on their stock price.
Talk about a
I mean,
hit. That's huge.
Insane. That's like right there. That's the equivalent of a company going under. I mean that. If you saw most other companies or like a retailer or something, their stock price dropped by 40% within a couple of months, you'd be everyone would be jumping ship and saying, "Oh my God, they're going to go into they're going to go into bankruptcy and just get destroyed. Like they're gone. They're not even a company anymore." So I think that's a scary concept for Blizzard because they've been somewhat removed from Activision, but now Activision is pushing on them and they're feeling financial troubles because of Activision's mistakes with their game. So I think that's hopefully they don't creep upon Overwatch.
Oh gosh, yeah.
They've already creeped on Diablo. They creeped on Warcraft. So hopefully they don't get to Overwatch. Let's pray that.
And I'm hoping that World of Warcraft doesn't take a big a hit as we think, because I mean, World of Warcraft. I mean,
yeah.
Like what can really affect the community at this rate? But
but
you gotta be
because they keep taking these little hits. And every once in a while they'll get something that it's like, oh, okay, cool, this is nice. But then when it comes out, then it's like, wow, this isn't what you told us it was. And,
Yep.
I've had a couple friends who keep trying to go back there every update, and every time they come back to ESO or whatever game that I play with them, and they say, nope, it got worse. I don't know how, but it got worse.
It got worse.
They said that they were going to bring back our open world PvP. They gave us more flying mounts. No, didn't help.
Oh, but don't worry though. They're listening to the community. They're listening to the community. They're it's really close.
I don't know.
I'm just hoping that they don't. I'm just hoping they don't put too much pressure on Overwatch because Overwatch is having some problems right now. I know that, but I love the game as it is, and I want it to improve. And I think that they try to improve it. I think Jeff really pushes for them to improve it, but
Papa Jeff. Oh yeah.
I'm just scared that Papa Jeff.
Papa Jeff.
Activision is gonna put so much pressure on them financially that they're just because that's the only game that's making money now for Blizzard. Like Overwatch is the main game now that's making money for Blizzard and Activision.
I am not surprised.
And that's scary.
And they keep selling it. Like holy shit! Yeah. Well, especially already the old users are the ones buying the game once again, just smurfing.
Yep, smurfing is like.
I mean, we've all done it.
Yes,
except for me. Except for me. I'm probably like the only one who hasn't gotten a second account yet.
Oh, but you're thinking about it.
I am thinking about it. Oh yeah. And no users. I will not be named any other. Isativity. It'll probably be something relating positivity, but I don't know.
Tunnel vision.
I don't know. Tunnel vision. That could be it.
Oh,
that could be it.
I'm waiting for that account, man. I'm just waiting for you to do it.
Oh my gosh.
I was actually earlier today. It's funny. I was watching like a little kind of podcast interview by a big Overwatch channel. They were talking with some pro players and general high rank players, and they were talking about what heroes they wanted in the meta, and they were also and one of them was saying, I think they should just get rid of a couple of heroes, and he was listing them off, and he said, what did he say? May, Tracer, and Hammond. And I was, I kind of died inside because I'm a Hammond main, and
especially
I was like,
that last one, yeah.
Really? I got 200 hours in that hero.
They didn't even mention Brig. Brig seems to be the most controversial person, like. It seems, but apparently Brig.
Yeah, no, he didn't even name Brig. He didn't like Tracer, and it's funny because he used to be a Tracer main. And he goes, they asked him about it, and he goes, "Oh, I only played Tracer because it was overpowered when I went in the meta when I was playing her. I hate her. I think that she's an awful idea. I think just mechanically she's an awful idea."
Oh my god!
Yeah.
All right, I didn't think she was that bad.
I don't know. Like, yo, going back to the question you originally made, the Black Ops one. I don't know what they expected to accomplish selling the Battle Royale separately. And if they're gonna do that, why not sell the zombie one separately too?
Yes, because they know zombies is what's really holding them on for dear life. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
It's like,
But
hey,
yeah, it's
you want the Battle Royale? Oh, I'll add multiplayer. $40. Oh, you want zombies? Well, it actually comes with Battle Royale and multiplayer. You cannot buy it alone. It's $60 here for you. Like, what are you doing?
mm-hmm.
And to get most of the good stuff in it, you actually have to like pay you microtransactions. Oh, what is happening?
Yeah,
It's
it's so
crazy.
much greed, and to some extent though, then I feel like some gaming communities have made this environment where
Mm-hmm.
we're having these problems now because there's there's always been a pushback, or at least for a long time now, against subscription based games. So like the all the old school MMOs were
Yep.
subscription based, like $10 to $15 a month, and we started getting a huge pushback where people wanted free to play games or buy to play games, and the company started adding cash shops and all that. But now it's
Mm-hmm.
gotten so much worse because it's gotten to the point where they want you to pay for everything. There's so many pay gates, and I
Paygate.
was
Hashtag Paygate.
I always liked subscription based games, and people used to tell me like they didn't want to play a game with me because they'd have to pay a subscription. I'd say, well, you know, either you pay $10 a month to play this MMO or this fun game with me, or you can
mm-hmm.
pay $60, which is 6 months worth of subscription for about a week and a half of gameplay for this Call of Duty game that you're probably not even gonna play. I mean, to be honest, like you're probably gonna download it, log in one night, see that it's basically the same thing as the last Call of Duty, and then never play it again.
That's kind of my biggest worry and my fear right now is that like I've played that game I played it a lot when it first came out or
Yep.
when I first bought it and now it's like honestly I don't feel like playing it. It's just
Hmm.
so mundane. It seems like just a grind to
Yeah.
get more weapons and I don't
Yep.
know. It's not how it was. It's not how I wanted it to be.
Yep.
But yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know.
Hashtag give back the sub.
Exactly.
I think the only one I know that still does it is World of Warcraft, and it's I
Mm.
don't know about it. I don't.
Mhm.
I try to go back once in a while when I have like extra money lying around, which is
Right,
mostly
right.
likely never.
Mhm.
But but I don't. Every time I go back to it, it just disappoints me more. And then a new
Yeah.
expansion comes out. I'm like, oh shit, this is it. This is it. I can come back and it's gonna be great.
Exactly.
And I can tell my friends so they can join me. And no,
Hmm.
it's just the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's just grinding,
Yep.
and the story is not that great. As the vanilla ones used to be.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's
That's the state of MMOs now, though. Like, that's my specialty is MMOs. I've been playing them since I was a little kid, and that's the state of MMOs in the last couple of years. It's just there's very few good ones that are worth playing, especially if you like player versus player, and mostly that's because there's only a handful that are still subscription based, and the free to play ones, all they do is make cosmetic stuff to sell. So it's
yeah.
like the only one that's even worth playing, in my opinion, if you're gonna PvP, is Guild Wars 2 for Battlegrounds or
Oh yeah.
playing ESO. And to be honest, neither of them are up to snuff anymore. But they're the best you got until Camelot Unchained or Crowfall come out, and
Mhm.
hopefully those games, you know, are as good as the new companies that are making them. I'm hoping that they turn out to be like, you know, basically like the Fortnite of the MMO
Oh
community,
god.
because
What a way to put it.
no matter what you say about your like or dislike for Fortnite, you can't debate whether that's a good gaming company. Those guys
Mhm.
care about their community. and when they do something wrong, they tell you. They'll say it right on the front page of their form. They'll say, "We screwed up. We fixed it," and even sometimes we'll give you an incentive because we fixed
Mm-hmm.
it, and that's what we need more of. Like,
The first thing to that though is admitting that there is a problem that needs to be
yeah,
fixed. If you don't
exactly.
admit the problem, it's like if you go to the doctor's office and you say you're fine, but if the doctor says you've been diagnosed with such and such, and if you don't admit that you've got a problem, then he's not going to give you the cure. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
But
I mean,
yeah.
that's a really good point. And the thing is when's the last time you saw uh Blizzard say we screwed up?
mm,
Never.
Because
mm.
I used to see that a long time ago when Blizzard wasn't even part of Activision, wasn't being
Right.
controlled by Activision. Then they would it was rare, but they would say like, okay, we kind of made a mistake with this patch or this whatever, we fixed it. And there were times
Mm-hmm.
when they even gave incentives. Same with ESO. They did the same thing a couple times when they were a subscription based game. But yeah, for a long time they haven't done that because they don't want to own up to it. They don't want to say we made a mistake. They just want to act like
Exactly.
it's the player's fault. Oh, you don't like the new balancing? Well, that's your fault. We like this.
Mm-hmm.
We like this one-shot sword that you can run around with. We think it's a great idea.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Lately, yeah, it's been like that. They make what they want and they don't listen to us, and we're the ones playing it. Like,
Yep.
sure, you're gonna
We're the
lose
ones
us.
feeding the money.
Like, if you make us happy,
Oh, go ahead.
if you make us happy, that's it. That's all you gotta accomplish. We'll keep by you or be loyal or whatever, and we'll be there. We'll play your game as long as you listen to us and basically just. I mean, I don't want to say like a bad thing. Like, give us what we want, because maybe sometimes what we want isn't fair or doesn't work out for the game.
Yeah.
But the majority, the positive things, an actual thing that can make the
Hey.
game better.
I
And
Uh-huh.
mean, as far as MMOs go, then this doesn't always hold true for other types of games, like for instance Overwatch and some MOBAs and games that are very competitive. But as far as MMOs go, then it's been said many times, and it's funny because it seems like they always end up going against this, and that's when the game dies and hits rock bottom. Is when they try and go against this. But
Yeah.
the basic theory of uh, building and sustaining an MMO is listening to the hardcore community
yeah,
and doing what they want because they're the ones who understand the game better than anyone else.
Exactly. They're leading the
And
pack. They're leading the pack.
the thing is in a lot of these MMOs, then casual players will want one thing, hardcore players will want another. But the casual
Mm-hmm.
players will still play if they don't get what they want. And a lot of times, from what I've seen, the casual players don't even notice this, but their gameplay is determined by the hardcore player.
Mm-hmm.
And if the hardcore player doesn't get what they're asking for, which is usually something they need, then then it trickles down to the casual player, and that's everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, as a good instance, casual players might want they might want it to be easier to farm a certain item, or they might want a lower skill cap in the PvP. Well, if that
Mm-hmm.
happens, then the hardcore player who actually farms this item, then they'll stop farming it because it's easy to bot. It's easy for you know low tier players to get it. The item goes so low in price that nobody can make money off of it, and it ruins the economy of the game. And that happens
Mm-hmm.
frequently with items. And then you look at at PvP or something, the skill cap goes lower, and then you know these hardcore players no longer are as interested because they can't show their skill. So why should they play
yeah,
that game anymore? And
Mm.
when you look at all open world games, as much as the casual players and people who are lower tier or don't play as much as they might hate someone who plays the game 8 hours a day and runs around one shot ganking them or whatever, that same person is the reason they even have PvP at all, because it's a good example is ESO. Without the hardcore players, there's so many that have left now because of decisions by ZeniMax. So many have left that that all these people who want groups, these casual players who don't put in the time, they're constantly asking for groups. They want good groups. They don't get those groups because there's no one to lead them. There's no one who actually knows about how the game works. And you'll see these mindless nerd groups of like 60 people, and they don't even know what to do. They'll just stand up and keep because they don't know how to siege it, because there's no one in their group that actually knows how to work, how to do a siege.
Yeah,
So
I feel you.
It's a really bad trap that MMOs tend to fall into. And
Right.
They've been doing that for so long that they're just used to it. World of Warcraft, that happened to them a long time ago.
Yes.
And I just, I think that's just really sad.
Right.
That's my rant for tonight.
You bring up some excellent points, though.
Yeah, and it happens so frequent too. Like, I don't know, how can they not see their mistakes when they commit them?
I know. I mean, they used to all these MMOs, they would hire people either with a really big passion for building games and playing games, and then on top of that, those people, there was companies that would force those people to play the games in their free time, because they had to play them to actually understand the player's point of view of it. So like you look at games like Ultima Online and OG Guild Wars and the OG Camelot, then those were great games that people will remember forever because the devs played them. Like one of the devs for Star Wars Galaxies, for instance, he was the first guy to get the Jedi rank, which was the hardest thing in the game to get. And he was just playing it in his free time. You don't see that anymore. There's the lead dev for ESO.
Yeah.
People, I used to know a guy who was a tester for them. He told me that the lead dev, after like 3 years of playing the game, hadn't gotten to the max level in the game. That's something that I grind up on a character in less than a week. I grind that up in like 3 days. And this dude hadn't gotten it in like 2 to 3 years. He still didn't have a fully maxed out character. And this is the lead dev for the game.
Oh my god.
And Blizzard used to force their employees to do that for World of Warcraft. But I can guarantee a lot of them probably don't anymore. They probably don't do that. And that goes for every MMO, I don't think these devs are playing the games. I don't think any of them have, maxed out characters. And the PvP devs do not play PvP, because if they did, then they would see how awful it is.
Yeah. It's just, I don't, maybe some of them might actually play it.
I mean, some of them, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure the majority don't.
I feel like you can tell when on like a stream, when they're talking, you can tell which devs do and which ones don't.
Yeah.
Based off of like just their facial expressions, if nothing else. Like in ESO, for instance, I know I keep bringing that up just because I've been playing it so much the last couple of years, but when you watch a stream from them, you'll see one dev, like the lead dev, Eric Robel, and he'll be saying all kinds of stuff that doesn't really make any sense. He doesn't play PvP. It's complete garbage what he's saying. But then you'll see the guy next to him, who's in charge of the World v World fighting and the main PvP mechanics, and he'll be like, you'll see on his face the pain, just the unbridled rage and pain at what this company's forcing him to do. And when he has to say something that for a change, then you'll tell like he's saying it like, "Oh God, I don't want to tell you guys this. I'm so sorry." It's like that dude plays this game. He actually knows.
Yeah, I don't. it's really hard to like. Well, I mean, sometimes you gotta like put yourself in their shoes and be like, okay, is it
Oh, yeah.
really worth playing this? What I've developed, and
Mhm.
just I don't know. Sometimes they know this is not what the community wants, but this is what their boss is telling them to do.
Yeah, sometimes I got a gun pointed to their head, telling them orders, and it's like, you know, the priority of the community gets lowered, which sucks. I mean, you think that the customer would always be, you know, the right choice, the right route to follow through with,
Yeah.
but sometimes it just isn't the case. Thankfully, with Overwatch, I mean, when they don't make that, you know, choice, I mean, because I mean, with Overwatch, the thing about Overwatch is everybody has such a different opinion on what they want for a hero, and what they want to see in like heroes and fixed, for instance, and
Yeah.
it really varies from person to person. I think for the most part, you know, I might be, you know, in the minority here. I think Blizzard's doing a good job with Overwatch as
I
far
do
as
too.
what they're doing. Okay, oh, good. I'm not.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I
But
think
yeah,
they're good.
I think they're doing a good job, and I think they're just trying their best. I mean, because ultimately they can't just like listen to every single input
True.
and say yes to everything, because there's going to be
Yeah.
contradictions. Not everybody's going to have the same lineup.
Mhm.
So they're gonna go they think they're gonna go with what's best for you know, the community as a whole. And they've tried new things and we've loved them, like the you know, the Overwatch Retribution events. Oh my gosh, it's like a campaign mode for Overwatch every
People
year,
loved
and
it.
it's
Yeah,
awesome.
people loved it. Yeah.
I think it's the best.
And you know, with Overwatch, the thing is people are gonna, you know, can I curse on this podcast?
You're fine.
I forgot to ask beforehand. Just lightly sprinkled in.
You're fine.
People are going to people are gonna bitch and moan
Mm-hmm.
about everything negative in a game like Overwatch. Even the pro
Uh-huh.
players and high ranked players that like streamers and stuff, you know, it's unfortunate. A lot of them will bitch and moan about stuff that they add or stuff that they do.
Right.
And the thing is Overwatch is going to take all the bullets for all these other games because they're the first ones.
Mhm.
There's no other game like Overwatch that's come out, and the games that are trying to replicate Overwatch are way behind. They're not making new things for their game until Overwatch tests them. You know, if you look at what is that one spin-off that people talk about? You know what I'm talking about, positivity.
Yeah.
Oh
The
yeah.
free-to-play thing.
Was it Paladins?
Oh yeah, Paladins.
Paladins? Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I have no
basically
words for
free-to-play
that game.
Overwatch, but not nearly as good.
Oh yeah, and
No.
you know, and then you got the Chinese ripoffs, you know, of Overwatch,
yeah.
literally copying the models and everything,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
funny.
Do you know what
But
I
you know,
used
the
to
thing
do?
is those things. I'll go ahead.
You know what I used to do back then when Paladins came out? It was so easy to play because no one knew what it was. Like they knew it was an Overwatch ripoff, but the Overwatch players were like, "Why the hell would I play that when I have Overwatch already? Overwatch is superior." So whenever I had a losing streak on Overwatch, I would just go to Paladins, and feel good about myself killing others. That was the only reason I played Paladins.
Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh.
gosh, that's great. But you know, along with that, I wanted to finish the point that you know, Overwatch is the only game like this. It's the only MOBA first-person shooter that's even close to this. You know, you look at the only other game that's ever been made before Overwatch was um was just that I can't
TF2?
remember the name. Yeah, TF2. That's it.
Yeah, in the chat right now, we got Serial up in here talking about Serial as a person on a Discord server, messaging Loki for people who don't know when I say Serial. Serial's talking about, you know, the whole TF2 Overwatch debacle.
And
There
you
was
know,
a huge
TF2.
debate.
The thing
Oh,
is,
it's
TF2
copying
is
it,
you
you
know,
know.
it was a great game. People loved it. People still love
Mhm.
it. But it wasn't even close to Overwatch in like the tech. From
No,
the engineering
and
standpoint,
yeah, it was.
you know, the heroes and the things are so limited in TF2
Overwatch put so much,
compared to
Blizzard
it.
put so much attention to detail in Overwatch.
Yeah.
It's really
So
hard to
Overwatch
try
was
and
the first of
compare
its
the two.
kind. Yeah. You know, you look at other
Other than
MOBAs
you know,
and you
Scout
know,
or
like
whatever
League of
games.
Legends.
Yeah.
League of Legends is the leader
Mhm.
of you know, top-down MOBAs, but look at all the other MOBAs there are that also try new things other than League of Legends. You know, you got
Right.
Smite, you got all kinds of stuff, and so things are tested and things are done, and it's done over lots of years of you know precise testing and understanding. Overwatch is new, where as far as professional games go and sports goes, this is a new thing. No one's ever seen this, and this is the hardest MOBA there is. Like you see the pro players like XQC and Kefri and a few other guys. They'll just straight up say, Overwatch is a hard game. This is the hardest game you will ever see on a professional, on a professional league, pretty much. And people don't seem to understand that. They get it. They're playing at like a bronze or silver rank or even a gold rank, and they think that's the game. That's not the game. It gets so hard, and it gets so much stuff to take in, and that's why some people are like, I don't want to play this game, or they complain about a certain hero because it's not, they say it's not skillful enough or whatever. They talk about Brig or May or something like that. They say it's not skillful enough, but it's like, well, it's still a MOBA. I mean, the thing is, the game gets as skilled as you want it to get to a point, with positioning and all that.
True.
If you get into diamond rank, then, and you can still play May, or you can, you get into Masters, Grandmasters, and you play Torb regularly, you're a pretty awesome Torb player. Like you're player.
Is that why I get stuck in plat as May and I can't go any higher because I'm not a good? Because I am like right there on the edge. I'm telling you,
I'm sorry, positivity. I just gotta tell you.
Bay. Type that in the comments, Maze
Bay. I just gotta tell you.
Great.
I'm sorry. Not good enough.
Sad face. Gotta get good.
Like,
I'm all about sprint.
We don't make our trick shot, got you.
Yeah, as you climb up the ranks, heroes and positioning really matter. Casually playing, yeah, sure, you can get up to plat, low diamond. But if you really want to like rank up, you need to play specific heroes with with other players that play specific heroes
as a team. Exactly.
Yes. And you gotta coordinate everything, and placements and little shortcuts on the maps are a really big deal. Timing, it's just amazing how these high ranked players play.
I was watching a stream from a couple pro players talking about the pro scene and how it affects the game, and they were saying, there's a good and a negative to it, positive and negative, in the fact that the pro league is just healthy for the game in general, and people who say pro leagues aren't, they just don't understand these games. It economically, it's healthy for the game, It's better for the game from an economic standpoint, where Blizzard can make, they can invest into that game because they are going to make money from it.
Yeah.
So, a pro league is good. And they were saying, as far as helping the community, it helps the community in, patches and balance patches, and they find what's good to play, and, it's entertainment. People generally like it and like to aspire towards it. But one of the negative things is that pro players understand that heroes shouldn't be played at every rank. So not every hero should be balanced to be able to play at every rank, because that would just be ridiculous and crazy. If you had, as an example, they said Bastion from beta. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, Bastion had a freaking shield in beta.
Yeah. So in beta, Beta Bastion was really crazy. The players who were really good, like the players who are now pro players, they figured out quickly how to destroy him just by flanking him really quick with Tracer or someone, and they could just delete him. but
Mm-mm.
he was ridiculous to lower levels. But if
That's true.
if Blizzard said, well, Bastion's underperforming for these pros, we need to get him into the pro scene. We need to make him strong in every meta.
Right, not just
They
in
would
like
have buffed him to a point
specific.
where, low ranks, he would have been a god, and no one would have been able to beat him. And that's part of what they're talking about, is that not everyone's as mechanically inclined, not everyone's as even just as smart. Like, not everyone thinks about these things and strategies, so you can't expect every hero to work in every rank, and it wouldn't be fun if they did. It wouldn't be fun for pro players if they had to deal with some ridiculous, monster Bastion or monster Torb that just destroyed every Widowmaker. Like,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be fun.
Exactly.
I don't. Yeah, I don't see a hero like that, champion like that. It would definitely ruin the game for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yep. But one of their main point with saying that, though, was also just kind of like, as far as that goes, then there is a negative thing that the pro scene gives the community, in the fact that they show them the highest form of playing the game and the best strategies of playing the game, and they're not going to get that at most people are in gold rank, either gold or below is that vast majority of players.
Yeah.
At that rank, they're not going to get that. They're not going to get that feeling until they're in GM. They're not going to get that kind of team. They're not going to get that kind of mechanical skills where, these heroes are out of the question. So you have people at gold rank saying, "Don't play Torb," or "Don't play Sim. She's bad. The pro team won't use her."
Exactly.
And then the people who want to play that hero are like, "I'm not in the pro scene. Gold rank. I just want to play my favorite hero.
I want to play my sim.
About...
Don't trash on my sim.
Yeah, I play 3 hours a day at the most. I don't want to be in the pro league. I just want to play for fun at a gold or plat rank.
Right.
That's as far as I need to go.
Yeah.
And that's part of what's negative about seeing the game at the highest quality. It makes people hungry, and they're like, "Well, I want to play like that." I want my tanks to be Zarya, Rhine, that are just ridiculously aggressive. I want to hear XQC screaming at me the entire match.
Yeah, I see a lot of people like that, and they should really understand that a lot of people actually play Overwatch for fun and not for climbing up. And that's what they don't understand. Like, alright, like if you wanna climb up, then find other people that want to climb up with you. Get a team and do it yourself. Don't do it with random solo queuing, because you're not gonna get it. Not everyone thinks the same. But
that's actually a really great thing about Overwatch, is that you can make a team if you want to. If you're not, and it's not hard to make a team. It's not hard to get a 6-person team that's interested in playing and getting better and stuff. Anyone can pretty much do it, and I'm gonna risk making people angry. And if you're angry, type "We hate Sholor" in the comments. But I just wanna say it. If you physically feel like you cannot find a team, like you can't get together enough people that are interested in playing the game to make any kind of team that will play somewhat regularly, you're just a despicable person. Sorry. Like, you must be really annoying to play with or something, because it's not hard to find people at any rank. At bronze, I mean, when I first played the game, I was bad. I was in bronze, and I could find people who wanted to play. I could find a 6-man group that would play with me.
Yeah.
Like, no matter where you are, you can get that group feeling. You can coordinate, and if you don't, then it's your own. That's your own choice.
Yeah, that's true. There's people everywhere, man.
Yeah. Hell, there's a group finder now. Just keep using group finder
Exactly.
until you find.
I've seen people use group finder in the weirdest ways, though. I saw like a couple times where like people would set up like a throwing competitive LFC, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But here's my question: is that wrong necessarily? If you get a group of 6 people together saying, "Okay, we're gonna go lose competitive," you're making the game, you're giving the other team a win, you're losing, and you all agree to lose. Like, is that bad?
I don't think so.
Like, I have to wonder.
Because it doesn't. It really doesn't negatively
If you're not
affect anyone.
hurting anyone, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't negatively affect anyone. I don't see a problem with it. I mean, depending on what they do once they derank.
Oh
If
yeah,
they
oh yeah.
start trolling once they get low rank, then that's
Right.
negative. But
Oh yeah.
if they just want to derank as a 6-man and mess around, I don't see a problem with that. That's their choice, and at least they're not negatively affecting anyone. People might waste 10 minutes of people's lives just stalling, but then at the end of that 10 minutes, you got a 1 match, and it was it was going to be a 10-minute game either way, so at least you won it.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yep.
There's a lot of people like that. Like they D-rank and they bully others, but then there's people that D-rank just for fun and or because they know that they cannot keep it up there, so they D-rank and then just play for fun.
Or those popular Twitch or YouTubers who are like road to top 500, but
Yep.
before they start, they got to go all the way down to bronze
Yep.
and mess up just because they want to keep their fan base happy. And I'm like, guys, you're messing up the comp. Got like a dude in here who's like plat or diamond and he's in bronze. He's just throwing the teams out of proportion.
Yeah, road to top 500, and you see the guys' names, and it's like you got Kefri, Jane, XQC, all these pro players on a team. We're like, oh yeah, we're going from bronze to top 500. You think we're gonna make it?
It's ridiculous. Well, I really hope other people have fun in it like we do sometimes. Because
Oh yeah.
There's people that play it for fun, and then there's people that play for Toxicity for some reason.
For some reason.
And I want to say, as much as it is a meme that Overwatch has a toxic community, it is nowhere near any other game I have ever played, barring Watro. Watro has a beautiful community. Every other community is so much more toxic. MOBAs are the worst.
Yes.
They are a scourge on this planet. Might should be shut down. What happens in their chat? I joined a Smite game like 6 months ago or something.
Yeah.
I picked a hero. And I was just like, okay, I'm just playing for fun. This is, I'm a low ranking player because I've almost never played it before. So I'm like, just playing this for the first time. I pick a hero that I think is interesting. First, like 10 seconds in, some dude starts screaming at me and starts spamming the chat, saying that I am, all kinds of expletives and freaking out at me. And I was like, why are you freaking out so much? And then everyone else in the chat starts explaining it to me like it's a justified thing. I'm like, dude.
Right.
This is the first time I ever played the game. Why are you freaking out? What the heck?
Do I even know you, bro?
Yeah, at least in Overwatch, they get angry and they're toxic. But usually it's for a reason.
Right.
Sometimes the reason's wrong, but it's a reason. In other MOBAs, they're just angry because they want to be angry. Go play League or Smite and you'll see that.
Like, and if they helped to like get you better, like, hey, do it this way and you'll learn faster, or like you'll get better. No, I'm like, hey, do it this way. You're a freaking retard or something. Like, why be toxic at other people? Just help them get better. Like this,
That's always been something that I always thought was odd. Like, especially if someone's on your team on any game, why would you insult them? Why would you confront them in that manner? It makes no sense.
Right?
to win, if you're angry because you don't think you're gonna win, do you want to lower your chance statistically by making the person angry or uncomfortable? You know, when someone in in any game, this is very rarely happened to me in Overwatch. I don't know why. Probably because I'm a tank main, so people are just happy that I happen to be there. Like when they see someone insta lock Reinhardt or Zarya, they're like, "Oh, thank God!" But in every other MOBA I've played, and when I do play DPS characters sometimes in Overwatch, people will just straight up be like, you're not doing enough damage, you asshat, or something like that. And I'm like,
right.
You could have just kindly said something to me, and I would have responded. But when someone calls me a name, when someone calls me a jackass or an asshat or whatever it might be, whatever expletive they want to use that day, I don't feel like I want to help them.
Right.
If I'm on a healer and they yell at me because I'm not healing them enough, I get a conscious thought, I don't want to heal that person. And I've done it in Overwatch a couple times on Mercy when I used to main Mercy for a short period of time. I would have someone screaming at me, "Why don't you heal me?" And I would just say, "Because I don't want to." I'd go and heal the entire game. I just pocket them because it triggers you. It makes people mad. And generally people are trying to win. So there's no reason to trigger them and make them mad. Just kindly ask.
Right. Like it doesn't
This guy
hurt to ask.
negativity, just do what he would do. Just ask yourself, what would negativity do?
What
In any
would
situation.
negativity do? WWNT.
And we're gonna leave you guys with that question. Stay.
Yeah. Such a great ending.
Perfect ending spot.
Yes. All right. Stay awesome, people, and be positive out there. All right. Don't get other people mad. Don't be toxic. It doesn't help anyone. All right, people. Take care. See you on the next one.